What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media. This is, of course, the Truzz the Bank podcast. Myself and Joshua, we got a couple of good topics to talk about today. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to just get all the content right away, go check out Spotify or Apple Podcasts. You can watch the full podcast. And Spotify has video as well. So if you want to watch that, go ahead. And if you're listening on the podcast, you want to check out the YouTube, make sure to check us out, TTB Ravens Media on YouTube. So we've got three topics today. First off, we're going to be talking about the secondary, how we can add to it and figure out what's going on. Next up, talk about free agents. We still have $12 million. What should we do? And then finally, laying the pathway to success. How do the Ravens get back to the Super Bowl? How do they win the Super Bowl? What's going to be a roadblock? How are they going to be able to get through it all? But first off, talking about the secondary, obviously, we lost Geno Stone. We have some contract options. Do we re-sign Brandon Stevens? I think we both like him. I think we do want to keep him. Obviously, we have Kyle Hamilton under contract for a few more years. We're paying Marcus Williams a lot. Joshua, there's been some rumors about the Ravens. I read that they should try and go and get Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah.
I've read a lot of people want them to try and go get Jair Alexander. When you're looking at this secondary and you're looking at the cornerback room, do you think trading for a guy is potentially going to be the solution that we get?
I say yes. The reason I say yes because let's really think about it, McConnell. Let's look at all the trades that's recently been happening this past off season and look at the value that they be giving up for some of these trades. Keenan Allen, I believe 4th round pick. Mike Williams to the Jets. I forgot what that was, but I believe that wasn't such a high. So there wasn't a lot of high picks as well. Now, Stephon Diggs. I don't know if it's been revealed yet how many picks was sent over from Houston, but Stephon Diggs is a highly sought after wide receiver. Moves have been made to get guys over, and not a lot of the top 3 picks has been sent away. I think the only team that made sent away some high picks is Pittsburgh for Justin Fields. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know you. I think
the only one was the Texans sent a future second. I think Fields was like a 5th.
Okay.
Or 4th. It was like really. Or it might have been a 6th. It was conditional. I know that, but it was not very much.
Either way, guys are getting. Teams are getting fleeced. Guys getting sent, less for nothing. I feel like I don't see a Jair Alexander coming to Baltimore. The reason I say that because if you look at all the moves that Green Bay been making during this offseason, they are looking to build. They are getting younger, they are getting stronger, and they are planning to get better. And they plan on giving that that division a run for their money. Now, when it comes to a Marshawn Lattimore, I don't know what New Orleans is trying to do. I don't even know who's their quarterback. They're not signing back our guy, the crab leg king, and shame on them. So I feel like a new scenery for Marshawn Lattimore will probably do him best. He's a physical guy. He still have his legs under him, and I feel like he can run with some of the best wide receivers out here. And I feel like, that can possibly that would definitely be a great addition to our secondary because, look at it. We do have Brandon Stevens. Yes, we brought back Arthur Millette. We do get Pepe Williams. We haven't really seen Jalen Armour-Davis, really come into, his full stride, which, sometimes we just draft Alabama guys just to draft them sometimes. Marlon Humphrey, you literally can put him anywhere, but, he's getting older. Kyle Hamilton, he's used damn near everywhere. So we are going to need another safety. Daryl Worley is still available. Rock Ya-Sin is still available. Ronald Darby ended up getting signed away. Shout out to him. He played good football for us last year. So we definitely need some pieces to add to the secondary. And I feel like getting someone on the outside where we can have a Marlon Humphrey play a little bit everywhere, or the best wide receiver, on the opposing team. Would definitely be beneficial to us and beneficial to the health of the secondary because, what was that, 2019? That one year where we had damn near a plethora of corners and we just started trading them away. No, we need guys. We need guys. We need bodies back there, especially with the AFC North and all the additions on the wide receiver end. We need, and even Kansas City. Kansas City is our biggest foe. And granted, we play as we played a half of best of football that we played against them. But against these air raid teams, we gotta have those guys with legs and be able to play physical and stick with these wide receivers.
Yeah, and you can get some good cornerbacks in the trade market. I think the most likely, if the Ravens were to trade for a corner, it would be Marshawn Lattimore, because I think the Packers are in a spot where they're trying to contend, and
Hmm.
they have Jair. They got to go against, Justin Jefferson, and DJ Moore, and
Yeah.
some of these really good wide receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And there at least feels like they're contending with Jordan Love year two. But Marshawn Lattimore's in a spot in New Orleans where they're having cap issues every single season. They have massive contracts all around that they are just consistently having to get rid of and flip. And so one of the ways that they could save at least a little bit of money would be trading Marshawn Lattimore. And how that would happen is they would still have to be eating some of that dead cap because the
Hmm.
Ravens couldn't afford all of his contract this year, but it would be something where the Ravens would likely have to restructure his contract or do something similar to what the Bills did, the Bills and Texans did, trading Stephon Diggs, where they converted Stephon Diggs' salary to only be 1 year, and they basically voided the last 3 years of the contract.
Hmm.
Like the Ravens could do that with Marshawn Lattimore and try and make it a 1 year thing. But again, now if you're doing a 1 year trade, that's a little bit risky, because if you don't win it all this year, what was the point of going after a guy like that? So as much as, like, I think it would be really cool to trade for a guy, um, I don't necessarily think trading is going to be the best solution, just because there are so many good cornerbacks in this draft, and there's still some really good cornerbacks in free agency that you can absolutely go after.